Welcome to Mouthfuls of Madness.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Mouthfuls of Madness.
Ooh.
So I think we're in agreement that this episode will be about movies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good food movies out there, so that's a good topic. But we also like horror movies and comedies and porno. No.
That's my favorite.
Ooh, favorite movie. So Big Wet Butt 6. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm more of
the table's
a
rickety.
Afro horrors kind of guy.
Is that politically correct?
I don't know about it anymore,
Oh.
but it was back when it was released.
What if it's just talking about their hair?
Yeah.
'Cause they could be white girls with afros.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we really worried about being politically correct on this podcast?
Not at all.
Yeah, I figured. Considering some of the topics and discussions that we've had. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, movies, huh?
Oh yeah. The end. Dead air.
Mouthfuls of Madness will return.
Yeah. Catch us next week when we don't
Bye.
talk about anything again.
Man.
So, favorite food movie? Can't say Chef because I think that's everybody's fucking go-to.
Yeah.
While it is a great movie, I am just like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. Does
Everybody,
Food Inc.
everybody loves
count?
Chef. Yeah. I mean, I consider those food movies. I mean,
Yeah.
you could
It's like a documentary.
Yeah, Food Inc. or like, I wouldn't say Super Size Me, but that's a food movie.
Yeah.
Because it deals with the food industry.
Yeah.
It deals with all
Absolutely.
that stuff. Faces of Death. No. For our cannibal listeners.
How about nah, that's. I was gonna say like Underworld because vampires drinking blood, but
Yeah, that's not. I mean, maybe that one movie is more that shit. It's like Ethan Hawke and fucking
Lost Boys.
no. That's a great movie. There's probably more food in Lost Boys than there is in Underworld.
There is though.
What's wrong, Michael? Eat the rice, man. It's just rice. Underworld is like it's just hot ass Kate Beckinsale
Yeah.
in some tight leather.
Yeah. Looking like a snack. Hey, food.
Hey, food movie.
Hey.
Hey-o. Full circle.
Favorite food movie, not Chef. Oh, jeez. That's not difficult. It's just, now that I think about it, I haven't really seen that many.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't really think there's that
Food-centric
many.
movies?
Yeah, foods. There's always like movies that's like, oh, it takes place in a restaurant, or oh, it follows the drama that happens to this line cook's life and stuff like that. Like,
Oh, I mean, that can be considered.
yeah,
It's in the industry,
yeah. Oh,
so it's like,
well then,
you know,
if you go with that,
you're
route,
like
then-
waiting.
That honestly, I don't know. When I first saw that movie, I didn't see it till after like maybe 10 years after it'd been out.
Oh,
And I was
really?
I
Jeez.
was already working in kitchens, and for some reason, it just upset me when they were like fucking with that guy's food, because I think it's just like something
Yeah.
that I wouldn't do.
Well, that's something that like shitty restaurant cooks
Yeah.
will do, like in that type of environment.
yeah.
I think the people that aren't like, it's just a job
Yeah.
that they have. They're not like, I love cooking and I love fuck. They're just like, I got this job and I do it,
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck about
I
food.
see. Yeah.
Because like I always say that in the kitchen, like I respect the food, not the people. So, I mean, you can be a dick.
So-
I'm never going to spit in your food. I'm never going to serve you shit off the floor. I'm never going to, like, stick your steak in my pants. Because I like the food. I mean, I like you.
But
But
you're gonna treat that food
yeah.
with respect. The respect it deserves. So, I'd have to say, probably Dinner Rush.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, my mom
It
was
came
a
up,
big,
and when I was looking, I was, like, trying to refresh my memory about food movies.
yeah, 'cause my mom was a big fan of it's Danny Aiello.
Ah.
He's one of the main characters. He's the owner of the restaurant, and basically, one of the cooks gets in bad with the mob. Like he's indebted to the mob and stuff like that. And while the mobsters are coming to collect from him, an undercover like detective is also coming for him for the line cook and stuff like that. And it's also like the busiest night that the restaurant has had. So there's all this shit like hitting the fan and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just really exciting. And Danny Aiello, it's really interesting seeing him not being a mobster or a gangster in a movie. Cause,
Or like a shitty film
Yeah.
producer in The Pickle.
holy shit.
That fucking movie's terrible.
Yeah, there are some really bad movies. But yeah, going back and watching it after being in the industry, sounds like they did, at least for the short scenes that were in the kitchen, they did a bit of research on like, terminology and the way
They
that
did their
line works.
small due diligence.
Yeah. It's not like they butchered it and just like, that was just like a shoe-in type of situation kind of thing.
Like an afterthought.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's put it in a kitchen.
Yeah, you could tell that it was like, okay, it's gonna be in a kitchen at a restaurant. And that
There's a
was
guy
shit.
stirring eggs with like a fish spatula. Like, huh?
But yeah, it was a really good movie. It's not like very. It's more about the tension that the whole situation builds, and also just like the chaos that's happening in the restaurant and how it all unfolds. And
Is there like a Three's Company vibe of like misunderstandings? Like,
oh no, they all know. Like they all know that this guy owes money to the mob and he's like breaking the law and shit like that.
breaking the law.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I highly suggest it. It's not like a very fast-paced movie. It kind of maintains like the same pace throughout. Then it, picks up a little bit at the climax and then dies down as everything starts to get resolved and stuff. But I think what really draws me to it is just like the dialogue and the interaction between the characters. They seem to have a really good chemistry
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
That's always a good.
Yeah.
When they're just like, ugh, these two people don't go
Yeah.
together. Or like, even, I mean, not even like in like a relationship,
Yeah.
sort of like a sexual way, just like these two dudes. Like, I thought there was a show, like, for example, it was, I forget what it was called. Oh, it's like Good Cop or something like that, or it came out and I saw it on Netflix and it was, Josh Groban and Tony Danza.
Oh.
So it's Josh Groban is Tony Danza's kid,
Okay.
and Tony Danza is like a retired cop, and he was like kind of a dirty cop.
Ah.
Like took payoffs and shit like
Yeah.
that. Not like killing people and shit like that, but like, he was one of those guys like, hey, fuck it, like skim a little off the top,
Yeah.
shit like that. And Josh Groban is now a detective, and he's like
Straight
super
edge.
by the
Yeah.
book and all this shit, and they live together, and I'm just like, ugh, like they're just not, like it just doesn't mesh. Like you're just like, this is awkward to watch. Like I don't want to watch this anymore.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing. But
Did they work out their like issues and stuff like that? Did they start seeming like family towards the end, or?
No, I mean it was just to say like they just didn't mesh well. Like I don't know if Josh Groban's just not a good actor, or if it's just like they didn't have like they're just not. I don't know if it was like the writing or like it just, I don't know. It was too, like, I don't know. It was just like that feeling you get when you're like watching like somebody like try to hit on a chick or something. You're
and they just fail miserably.
You're like, it's just not happening, man.
Just stop, man. Go home.
Call it a night, bro. But it was also like that fucking, I hate that formulaic like bullshit that happens in movies and TV shows where it's just like the same trite shit over and over again. It's like, at the beginning of the thing we're at odds, and then something happens to bring us together, and then there's a slight misunderstanding, and now we understand each other.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, it begins again, and you're like, so they don't remember what happened last week? Like, they can't fucking, Like,
Yeah. So what about you? What's your favorite food movie that's not Chef?
Honestly, motherfucker Ratatouille.
I'm gonna tell you something. I have not seen that movie. Yeah, everyone
never
gives me
seen
that
Ratatouille?
same. Everyone gives me that same.
I mean, I guess,
reaction.
I got kids and shit,
Yeah.
but, like, I mean, I think that might have came out before I had kids. But, I mean, my wife's, like, into Disney stuff,
Yeah.
and, like, I like just movies in general,
Yeah.
so I see, like, whatever, like, I don't give a fuck if it's a kid, like, but, yeah, that movie's fucking good, dude.
I'll have
It's,
to
like,
check
a
it
good, like, you could, I think, like, the gist without, like, giving, like, spoilers and all that shit is, like, it's a good, kind of, the whole thing about, like, anybody can cook,
Yeah,
if they have,
the passion.
the passion
Yeah.
to do it, and then, like, the willingness to learn and try new things and do all that stuff. And so it's about this rat who's, like, he's got, like, this amazing palate, and he likes eating shit, and, all his rat fucking family are just, like, eating trash, and he's like, no, this is better. Like, he can sniff out the good shit. And he, like, reads this cookbook, like, from this famous chef in France, and chaos ensues and all this stuff.
Absolutely.
But it's pretty good. Like, the kitchen stuff is really good. Like, it's set in, like, a French kitchen.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like the brigade.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. And there's the human main character has, like, no experience. And so he starts as a dishwasher, and then, like, he gets through the help of this fucking rat.
Oh, you get
Like,
works his way up.
works his way up. So it's like the rat is using him to cook,
I
and
see,
like
I see.
But and then through that you're seeing, like, his, like, this rat's love of cooking and him making stuff and creating dishes, and it's really good. It's a really cool little, and it's funny, and it's heartfelt, and I mean, you're not gonna, like, cry or anything.
Yeah, but, that warm, feel-good Pixar kind of thing.
Yeah, and there's nothing, like, there's none of that, like, sad shit, like, oh my god, his whole rat family died, and now he's gotta cook, or, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, it's just a good movie, so it sucks you didn't see it, because it'd
Yeah.
be cool to expound upon that.
Sorry, man. Maybe next week. No,
Oh,
it's-
fuck this, we're stopping now, and then, this is it, 12-minute podcast.
No, it was just one of those movies that went under my radar. I like Pixar. My whole family has always been like a Pixar family and stuff like that. My girlfriend loves the shit. And she was like, almost like, livid would be a good word when I told her that I didn't see it.
Oh,
Like, she got upset with
Like
me.
she's gonna break up
She
with
got
you.
angry. And she, like, started, like, yelling at me. And she's like, what do you mean you haven't seen the movie? I was like, whoa. Calm down.
Well, then, I mean, then wouldn't it have behooved her to, like, get the movie and watch it and be like, you know what, dude, we're fucking watching this movie right now?
It would have been.
Because I've done that before with, like I've done that with my wife, which doesn't work out all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause we have very different tastes in movies. And when I'm excited about a movie, doesn't necessarily mean she's going to like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that all the time. Like if you're, like, at home and, like, have Netflix at the ready, you're just like, what? You haven't seen this? Well, fuck, turn it on Netflix. We're fucking watching this shit right now. So, Mrs. Effervescent.
Well, because of this,
It's not your fault that he hasn't seen Ratatouille. So, the blame is now off Mr. Effervescent, and it's solely on you.
Oh, we do watch a lot of movies, like with you and your wife. Whenever I'm excited to show her a movie that she hasn't seen, like a lot of times she'll be like, eh.
Yeah.
Or since I like horror movies and like just suspense and stuff like that, she's not really big into that. Like even like those hokey Ghost Adventures on Travel Channel, like those ghost
watch
hunting
that?
shows, huh?
You watch
Oh,
those?
that's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh.
I love how they just bro out.
Super
you know?
guilty.
They're just like, bro, did you feel that, bro?
So these names like fucking Zach Baggins.
Yeah,
Like that's
man.
got to be like the douchiest name that's ever been like fucking created. Like that's if he chose that name for like his like acting name or whatever, or his fucking show,
like
his
the
show
stage
business,
name. Yeah,
like his
yeah.
show business name.
Yeah.
Like, or if that's his real name, like fuck, dude, like damn.
Yeah.
Zach Baggins. Like that just sounds to me like a pair of sentient cargo shorts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what comes to my mind when I hear that name. Is like a beer swilling fucking sentient pair of cargo shorts.
Yeah, even that she gets scared at. Like she doesn't I think just that whole like something.
It's the tension.
Yeah, the tension. She
Yeah,
doesn't.
my wife's kind of the same way. She doesn't like those, like the paranormal activity types and like that kind of thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I hate those movies.
Huh.
Like, I just don't like. She's fine with like gore.
Yeah.
Like she'll watch like like a fucking slasher flick or
Yeah.
something where people are just getting like fucking wholesale murdered, and she's fine with that. But it's the building
Yeah.
of the tension and like
thing
cabinet
you-
opened
yeah.
and you're like and I'm
The
like
thing you can't see kind
I'm
of.
like I just watched this movie for an hour and a half and I saw one thing and nobody really died or like I
the
fucking
footprints in the
somebody-
flower,
yeah, like I'm all for building tension for a but like when the whole movie is building tension for one like pop out fucking scare, it's like what? And then to have made like 70 of those movies, it's just like
Yeah.
I just don't like those movies. Like I just like I don't find any value in them personally. That I'm like, ooh, I gotta watch these movies, you know? Because it's like I don't know. It's not. It doesn't like. It's like low hanging fruit kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we'll just do a bunch of jump scares,
Yeah.
and there's no real story, and it's
Yeah.
like, or it's the same story over and over again. You know, like I like it when it's, like new shit and
Yeah.
seeing that cool stuff. Like,
Like what Blumhouse has been doing.
yeah, they got some good shit.
Yeah, man.
Or like fucking like Get Out was a good one.
Yeah.
Like fucking like we talked about. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I don't think you have the Hereditary.
Oh yeah, no. I
That's a
haven't seen
fucking
that.
good one. The Witch. That's a fucking good one. There's been some good ones, like, but it's very. I think it's just like slim pickings. Like, there's not a lot of. I think it's like a lot of that shit has like drowned a lot of those voices
Yeah.
out, and like there's
Definitely.
some starting to peek out and give you some good shit.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I think also, just nowadays, it's probably just hard to get like people to back a movie,
oh yeah.
especially if it's like some new idea that you want to play with. Like if you look at cinema for the past like decade, it's all been reboots and comic book heroes.
Yeah.
You know? And I think just like the people that invest in it, they want to know that there's going to be a return that's worth their time. You know, like, Wu-Tang said it best: "Cash rules everything around me."
Dollar bills, y'all. But but other food movies, I think. I'll look some up. See what we fucking.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green, which is like the ultimate food movie. Spoiler alert!
Circles back to the
Soylent-
first episode.
Yeah. Oh, bringing it back.
Oh, man.
Episode 5, bringing it back to episode 1. Soy the Greenest People, for those who have not seen it. Which, it's a good movie for what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like, when you watch it now, you're like, meh.
It's dated, yeah.
But it's good. Yeah, it's super dated. But, and like, I've always thought Charlton Heston was like, everybody always talks about how William Shatner is like an over actor or whatever. But I think Charlton Heston in that movie especially is very like overreacting. How about a good one? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You ever see that one?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good food movie.
I didn't think about that being food. I thought it was just like science experiment gone awry.
True.
But it rains meatballs. It's food and shit.
making everybody happy. People putting in their orders.
Huh.
You know what? That's a good like analogy. What would that be? Like when they talk about like a mirror on society or whatever, like one of those things, like for the restaurant business, how that whole thing where he's like taking orders and everybody's ordering food and the fucking machine goes crazy.
Yeah.
I think restaurants do that, where like they get caught up in trying to please everybody. And they don't stay true to what they actually, like, their vision of the restaurant was. And so they now become, like, they're so worried, like, oh, this isn't going to work, and I got to do this. Instead of trying to, like push through and make sure your food is, like, what your vision of your food is. And, like, just, like, fuck it. Like, these people don't like it, but I'm cooking it for me and the people who do like it. Because, honestly, if you get, like, 4 people that are like, you should serve steak. You shouldn't make this. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. It's like, those 3 people aren't paying the rent.
Yeah.
Like
you don't have to worry about the overhead.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
And that's what his whole thing, like, fucked it up. That machine started to be like, started getting all crazy. It's like, oh, you want ice cream? You want this? And who wants this? And who wants this? And then all of a sudden, chaos.
Would Sausage Party count as one?
So
is that on the list there?
Boom!
Oh, nice.
Party. Comedy's about food. So, I mean, I guess that
God, I fucking love that movie. Oh, my gosh. That fucking sex scene was the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen. Oh, my gosh.
So, I mean, I guess it's about food.
Yeah.
It's sentient food.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a great fucking premise of like...
Absolutely.
We're going to the promised land. Pick us, choose us, please.
It's like the toys in Toy Story, the aliens.
I've been chosen.
But yeah, Sausage Party. Yeah, I think that's a food movie. It's about food. It's about food more than all the other ones because it's actually following the life of food.
Yeah, it's like literally a food movie. Like it's like fucking. I mean, that's right up there with Food Inc. Because that's about the food. Like, cows getting slaughtered.
It's just a different type of documentary.
Like you don't know if your food is sentient when you're not in the supermarket. Shut the fuck up.
Oh man.
What about Good Burger? How's that? How's that?
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
That was like, that was the ultimate portrayal of fast food. That like, I mean, Roger and Ebert must have given that fucking movie top-rated stars for sure.
Oh man, I think that all spun off from a fucking Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah,
they're doing that again.
Really?
Yeah, my kids watch
that
it.
again.
My kids watch it.
Damn.
They actually, like, because I guess they watched it with my wife.
Oh.
And she had said, like, oh, that used to be, like, that's an old show.
Yeah.
And the other day, my daughters were like, oh, you watched all that when you were a kid? I was like, I mean, not really, but, like, I was a little older. Like, that was more, like, I guess I was probably pushing towards high school when that stuff came out. So I wasn't really, like, I'd seen it, but I wasn't, like... Oh, dude, I fucking watch all that all the time, bro. Like, but yeah, they use the same fucking theme song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because which was fucking TLC did that fucking theme song. Fucking some sick fucking raps.
Yeah, dude.
From Left Eye.
Dude, yeah. And then when Kenan and Kel broke off from all that and had their own show, Kenan and Kel, they had Coolio do their theme song. Damn, man.
I mean, they had their finger fucking on the pulse, bro.
Absolutely.
Of hip hop.
Absolutely.
See, I mean, do you think that was just because there was black kids?
Ugh.
Like, do you think if there was like a predominantly white show, would they have gotten like a hip hop act
No,
to
I
fucking
don't think
do
so.
the theme song? Like they're
I don't
going
know.
for that urban, like in living color type fucking.
Oh, in Living Color. That was a good show. But yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Part of me wants to say no, it's not because they were black, but the other part of me is like, yeah, that's probably why. You know, it was a different time, man. Things were a lot different even just 10, 20 years ago.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah, they were. Fucking shit.
Even in our industry, you know? I've been through kitchens that have, you know, chef throws pans and shit at me when I do shit wrong.
Can't do that.
It can't do that no more.
Sadly, no. Oh man, it would be so nice.
It would be. You know, but I don't know. I figure everything else is getting all PC and worried about feelings and positive work environments that it was just a matter of time before you know,
Yeah.
culinary or
I
restaurant.
mean, honestly
cooking
though,
and
like
stuff that
I see the
follows.
merit to some point. Like you
Yeah.
can't just be a fucking hothead all
Yeah.
the time. And you know, it was the way it was like, you know, you're on the line and that's just how it was when you're working.
Yeah.
And you go outside, you take a break, and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's all water under the bridge. Like it's just the fucking heat of battle, and that's it. And nobody took it personally.
Yeah.
And if you did take it personally, you got shit for it. I was like, fucking sack up, dude.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Everybody's giving everybody shit.
Which will bring us to burnt.
Burn.
Burnt. Burnt. Fucking burnt. Which is the most appropriate name for that movie.
Yeah.
Because it was fucking burnt. For those who have not seen it, it's just a terrible showing. Just like piles of cliche
Yeah.
of like they took one aspect of being a chef and just fucking ran with it hard and too hard, and it's like cringeworthy, you know, like just like like God. You know, that's like when somebody does something that's like, you know, like you bring your fucking little cousin to a party and they're like, "Ugh," they start doing some shit and you're like, oh fuck, I'm associated with this person.
Not this shit again.
Like, God damn it. Why did you have to make this movie about fucking chefs?
Oh man. Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, there are a lot of cooking movies, but there's a lot of that also that I haven't seen. Oh, we were talking about it last night or yesterday with Boss Lady about that movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Aaron Eckhart.
No reservations?
Yeah, that's why. That's why I knew it was something similar to, or it was
Anthony
the exact
Bourdain.
thing. Yeah, Anthony Bourdain. So what did I say yesterday? Oh, Medium Raw.
Hey,
Great book, by the way.
same
Great
same
book.
video. Ooh. Oh shit! I gotta fucking show you this. So yeah, we'll talk about No Reservations, which actually, it wasn't that bad of a cooking
Yeah.
movie.
I never saw it.
It was like so it was Catherine Zeta-Jones and Aaron Eckhart,
Yeah.
Two-Face fame,
Yeah.
and also
Thank you for smoking.
yeah, Thank You for Smoking. God, I got that fucking thing stuck in my Aaron Brockovich. That was a good movie.
That's right.
But it was like she was the chef, and he came in as like a sous chef, and he was kind of like loosey goosey.
Yeah.
And she was very, you know, I'm the chef. And
Yeah.
This is, you know, very prim and proper.
Yeah.
And like single mom type shit, and I think it was well done. It wasn't like, oh fuck, these people are terrible, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like. It was kind of like you say about like that Dinner Rush thing. Like the cooking was a big part of the movie, but it wasn't like
The focus.
what the movie was
Yeah.
about. It was like the relationships
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
the mom and the daughter, and then the daughter and this new guy.
Mm-hmm.
She would bring her to work or whatever, you know, and he was trying to help her out. and romance ensues. But
How cliche.
I know, God. Like, just because you're a man and a woman doesn't mean you have to fucking hook up. So, I go to the comic book shop a lot.
Yeah.
I'm into comics. Mainly horror, violence, brutality.
Yeah.
I don't really go in for, like, the X-Men and Avengers. And, like, I watch the movies and stuff, but I don't really, like, it's not really interesting to me, those types of things. I like the harsher realities and shit like that. But there's actually an Anthony Bourdain comic.
Really?
Yeah, that he wrote. And I had never heard of it. And the comic place I go to, shout out to Dragon's Lair Comics up in Mililani. They got all your comic book needs. We are no way endorsed by them. They're fucking really cool people. The owner's there most often there. He's a really cool guy. Help you out with anything you need. They got a pretty good selection for being a small shop. And even if you can't find something, he's really quick to like try to order it for you.
Oh, dope.
Really, really fucking courteous. Really like knowledgeable. Like, because they're fucking super cool.
That's his passion. He wants to
Yeah,
share
you
with
know,
people.
like they're really good people up there. So if you like comics and you're in that area, go check them out. Because, support your local fucking comic book shop. But it's called Anthony Bourdain's Hungry Ghosts. And it is a beautiful little collection of ghostly, food-themed tales from the late Anthony Bourdain. It's a fun little book with some gnarly ghosts/demons, good writing, and lovely art. Short, delightfully grotesque, and with the added bonus of 5 recipes paired to the stories from the man himself in the back. If you missed this in single issue form, you should snag a copy. So this is
Sorry,
what they
ghostly
call
what?
It's called Hungry Ghosts.
Oh, Hungry Ghosts.
Yeah. So I feel like this was a run of single issues, but then what they got here now is like what they call like the trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
Where they like bunch of issues together. Which I like. That's how I prefer to read them. Because like one issue is like fucking like 10, 12 pages.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, those like weekly releases and stuff like that.
Oh, you mean like New Comic Wednesday? Which is tomorrow. Which I'll actually probably go tomorrow and pick that up.
Nice.
Because he has tons of copies.
Oh, right on.
Which he said, because I was like, yo, save me a copy. He's like, don't worry about it, I got tons.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
I'll have to go check them out on my next day off.
That's a far one for you, though. Shit, fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Do they have comic book shops in Kaneohe? Not that you live there. I'm just asking.
No, I don't think they do. I think the nearest one would be...
Honolulu?
Yeah, it would be in town. But even then, it's also... Oh, no, yeah. Other realms. They carry comic books.
Yeah, that came up. There was a... I think there's one over here, too.
Yeah.
Behind, like, Best Buy.
Yeah.
There's a comic book shop. There's one by me, I know. But, I've never been to those ones, so...
Well, other realms, I know they have comics because I used to be big into Warhammer.
Ooh.
So they were the only place that would sell the little figurines that you glue together and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, Dragon's Lair. They got a shit. They're, like, fucking D&D hard.
Yeah. Nice.
They got a lot of D&D stuff and a lot of... I don't know if it's all D&D, but they got a lot of... Like, they have a whole, like, wall of, like, figures that you can, like, paint shit and, like, do all that stuff.
Like pick a character model type of stuff, type of thing.
Well, I mean, also, like, I guess, like, the monsters, too. Like, they got, like, the giants and, like, dragons and shit.
Oh, that's
fucking,
cool.
All those kind of things,
That's
which
cool,
I
that's
never really
cool.
got into. There's a lot of...
It's a lot of work.
Fuck, dude, yeah, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I thought it would be fun, to like, oh, D&D, maybe,
Yeah.
check it out. That'd be cool, but it's just a lot of fucking work that goes into that. Like,
Yeah.
writing up the fucking stories, like,
Yeah.
the Dungeon Master's got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah. And the dungeon master has to keep the whole thing interesting, you know? They can't just be like, okay, then this happens.
Yeah.
Because then it just ruins the whole mood. You gotta the deep, dank cave, blah, blah, blah.
You gotta go like hire a fucking out of work actor to like fucking like hang out at the drama department at fucking your local college. Hey man, you want to be my dungeon master? Put an ad on fucking Craigslist and shit. Which, did you ever see that movie? Oh, Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Wow. I saw like half of it.
Oh, that bad, huh?
It was pretty bad. I don't know why they just like, because this was, like early 2000s, I want to say. They came out with that. And fucking, what's his name? Marlon Wayans was in it?
Oh.
As like an elf or something. Like I don't know what his character was, but I was like, fucking Marlon Wayans? Like, what the fuck? I mean, hey, good on you, dude. Get your work out there. But like, it was, I don't know. It was weird to like, because it wasn't like about playing Dungeons and Dragons. It was like a medieval like fantasy movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like,
That's weird.
and it wasn't like there was a huge resurgence at that time, I think, of Dungeons and Dragons. Like Dungeons and Dragons has just kind of been plodding along.
Yeah.
You know, like the people that play it are like hardcore about it. They've been playing it since they were kids, or you know, and I'm sure there's new people that get into it, but it's not like Pokemon, where like Pokemon Go came out and fucking Pokemon blew the fuck up again.
Well, yeah.
Like Dungeons and Dragons just kind of been like, I don't think there was ever like a an explosion in the middle, and it was like, oh shit, it's back.
It's coming.
So we're fucking due, bro. Overdue in my fucking opinion.
I mean, it only makes sense. First comics, next it's going to be role-playing games, dude. All that nerdy shit, it's all going to be
the
fake.
meek shall inherit the earth.
God damn it.
It's all coming true.
Yeah, man.
Trump has foretold it.
Well, hey, yeah. Well, I've played Dungeons and Dragons a lot. I've been banned from playing with 2 different groups of people.
Oh.
Just because, you know.
Because of your skin color. You're fucking too ethnic.
Nah, just because I would just like, this one kid, I won't say his name, but we used to play like weekly and stuff. And I just totally ruined a campaign that he had spent months writing and stuff like that. Like I totally fucked it up.
Oh,
because
man.
my character was a thief.
I was rooting for you for a while there. But,
hey, if I'm role-playing a character, I'm going to fucking play that character. All right? But my guy was a thief. And, you know, when you role-play, you say, like, oh, at the end of the night, go turn by turn. Everyone
what
has
was
to
your
say.
safe word?
But yeah, so, you know, it's like, okay, what do you do? Oh, my character does this, then you go to sleep, then you go to sleep. But my turn was first, so I said, oh, my character's going to go for a walk around town or whatever, see what's going on. And then everyone else went to sleep. And I was like, oh, everyone's asleep, right? Like, oh, yeah. I was like,
steal the shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, I'm going to steal the thing that we...
Is that so telling about me? Like, steal their shit, motherfucker. They're sleeping? Take it.
No, that's exactly. I was like, oh, I'm playing a thief. He's a chaotic neutral, which is, you know, their alignments and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going to steal it, run away, and sell it to a fence. And then he got
sentient fence, or like a person?
no, like a.
Oh,
like
hey
a
man, I don't know,
goods.
man. There could be a sentient fence.
There could be. It is actually good of you to clarify, but yeah, he got pissed off. He didn't even finish, like.
Now, is that
rationalizing.
because like in the realm of what you're playing with, like, because you're in a band of, like, you're in a group, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Like, you're a group of travelers or whatever. Like, that's the whole thing is, like, you have, like, there's a mage and there's a fucking warrior and there's an elf and there's a fucking monster or whatever. And then you're all, like, traveling through this realm together, ragtag, you know, fucking solving mysteries and kicking ass and whatever.
Yeah. Like, when I say we'd play weekly, like, they'd play weekly. Like, I'd jump in, like, every 2-3 weeks or here and there.
So you're already, like, an outcast.
Yeah. So it was always like, oh, my character is elsewhere doing something else. And it's like, oh, he's in this town now with you guys and stuff like that. So I was just happened to be playing that day. And they fucked up on their shit. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to steal that and bail.
Peace out, homies.
But yeah. He got mad. He was just yelling at me, you can't do that. You can't do that. I was like, my character didn't go to sleep yet. I can do it. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, fucking players got to play, man. Mm-hmm. You know, that'd be like...
Hey, man, if the game allows me to do it, it's not cheating. All right?
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, I think maybe the better way to handle that would have been, like, work that into the story somehow. Or, like, no, you're getting fucking hunted down by these guys because they want their shit back or something. Like,
yeah, I don't think he thought that far. He just thought of...
He's like, God damn it, I spent so much time in this fucking campaign.
Get
You're
out.
fucking up.
Get
We
out.
were all supposed to travel to the northern woods. And you stole all this stuff. And now you don't got shit. Campaign ruined.
Yeah. But that's my little nerd segment about D&D.
I mean, this is just a nerd segment.
Yeah. Oh, we started off on movies, which isn't as nerdy.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, nowadays, fuck, dude. I mean, I always say, like, you know, there's fucking nerds for everything.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I think I've had some people be like, no, what are you talking about? Nerds are fucking nerds. I'm like, no. Nerd is like, to me, is somebody that's just like, that person that like, will be like, hey man, don't talk to them about boats. You know what I mean? Like, hey, so John's coming over, just don't mention boats, okay? Like, because he's a fucking boat nerd. You know, like, it's that one thing where you're so passionate about that thing, and you're like, I fucking love doing this, and I love this, and everybody else in the room is like,
Oh, okay.
wow, what a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think, you know, I think that, you know, there's like those are the things that people like don't understand. You got the jocks that are like, ooh, fucking nerd, you like Dungeons and Dragons and fucking action heroes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but you're a fucking sport nerd. You know what I mean? Like, you're just a sport nerd. Like, you know the stats of all these dudes. You know how fucking when that dude took a shit and
How's
what he
your
ate for
fantasy
breakfast.
football team doing?
Fantasy right in the title. You fucking sport nerd. Yeah.
No. Fantasy football is just D&D. That's all it is. But instead of playing one character, well, you are playing one character.
Well, it's
team
fucking
manager.
lazy D&D.
Yeah. It is.
Because, yeah, you're just making a fucking made-up team based on, like, the best players you can fucking do. And you're like... And, like, they do the draft and shit, which is, like, rolling for players. Or, like, how many hit points does he get? You're just less involved.
Yeah.
You're just not, like... You're just
You're
not really into it.
Yeah, you're a lazy nerd.
Yeah. Fucking lazy sports nerds. God. Fucking fantasy football. Yeah, that shit's fucking funny, dude. Like, I mean... I'll never understand sports. Like, I think it's super fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like, to watch and to, like... I mean, participating is one thing. Like, go play a game of fucking catch or baseball or whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. But, like, watching it is like... What?
Absolutely.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. I live with these dudes that were like... Fuck, they were, like, so into football. It was ridiculous. They were, like, huge Redskins fans when I lived on the East Coast. And it was, like... This one dude would, like... Fuck, it would ruin his fucking day if they lost.
Yeah.
Like, it would, like...
No, yeah, I've had
throwing
friends
shit,
like
and fucking throwing fits, and you're just like...
punching
dude, what the
holes in the
fuck, dude?
drywall
Like,
and shit. Yeah, man.
like, it's like, relax.
Yeah. Like, it's just a game. I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. It's just a game.
Yeah. I mean, I also feel the same way about those people that are like, they killed off that character in the comic, fucking assholes. And you're just like, okay.
See, like, yeah. Like, I'll say that I'm a fan of something, but I'm not going to, like, go dig deep with you and, like, go on about, like, conspiracy theories about what's going to happen and shit like that. It's
In
just
a
like,
made-up fictional world.
it's like, I like it.
where anything can happen.
So, yeah, I like it. And that's pretty much where it ends. So I like it. Game of Thrones, tits and dragons. I love those things. Of course, the tits kind of died down a
Wait,
little
dragon tits?
bit. Tits and dragons.
Oh, okay. I heard tits on dragons. I was like, scaly tits.
Yeah.
Interesting. Would they be warm or cold?
They're cold-blooded. Oh, are they?
Yeah, but
Fire.
they breathe fire. Is it a chemical reaction?
I'm not too sure. I'm not up to snuff on my dragon lore and how they breathe fire and stuff. But magic.
I've seen multiple ways. I don't know. Like, there's
I think it depends on the universe and how it's built. Because there are, like, I forget which universe it is, but what they eat basically fuels, like, just basically combusts and that's basically what they're shooting out at you.
So like they eat fire,
They eat.
or like coal, or like
No.
fucking.
Gosh.
What is it like? Fucking. They eat like
Brimstone and
yeah, like,
sulfur.
they eat all like the fucking makings of a bomb. They're like fertilizer and fucking chemicals.
Yeah, man, I got my jug of Roundup right here.
Pew.
But yeah, I'm not a big super nerd about anything. Oh, I take that back.
I don't know. It sounds like you like porn. You might be a porn nerd.
Yeah, man. I know titles and shit. I don't have a problem.
I own DVDs.
Funny thing is, I used to.
I mean, everybody had a couple
Yeah.
DVDs on you. That shit was.
But then the internet came around. Pornhub, thank the Lord, or whatever you believe in. Yeah.
Pornhub? No. You pray to Pornhub. Now, is that the one where you like anybody can upload their shit?
Yeah.
To it? That's
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, they have like a community like contribution type of thing, and you got to get verified and shit like that to make sure that you're over 18. Like it's very
Well, yeah, then you can fuck it.
yeah,
You can't fuck around with like kiddie porn and shit.
absolutely. And they have so much VR porn. Like that's how.
So you should see the glisten, the twinkle in his eye right now as he stares off in the distance, dreaming of when this podcast is over and he can go home to Pornhub.
What was the name of that thing you were talking about last week?
Oh, the fucking launch pad thing? Yeah, so Amazon Prime, boom. I gotta get home. I have a package.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a big nerd about it. Well, except for like certain.
Yeah, you were
Certain
gonna say,
books.
sorry, I cut you off with the
No,
porn
it's all
thing, but you
good.
said,
But like, I read a lot and I write a lot, so I'm a big nerd on like a couple of series that I just like absolutely fucking love. Like the King Killer Chronicles, I can talk about that shit forever. The Stormlight Archive, Wheel of Time, all those like just great fantasy novels.
Did they make any of those into
you wanna-
movies?
No.
No.
There was rumors about the King Killer Chronicles being made into like a Netflix adaptation, where it follows like Kvoth, the Bloodless, and stuff like that. But I think that ended up being confirmed as just being a rumor, which I was kind of bummed out about, because I would have enjoyed seeing that. Because it's
it's kind of like a hit or miss with me when I hear about shit like getting made into a movie. I'm like,
yeah. But I think the thing that draws me to the King Killer Chronicles, I'm sorry if you're not interested, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because you open the gates and it's going to come out.
nerd alert.
No, but the thing I love about the King Killer Chronicles is that this guy, who's known pretty much the world over as Kvoth the Bloodless, everything that built his legend, that people know him for, were all just misunderstandings.
So he's like the Jack Tripper of the fucking of the
Yeah.
fucking fantasy world.
Like, he's called Kvoth the Bloodless because he was lashed publicly, but he didn't bleed. And the reason why he didn't bleed was because he had taken a drug for it to like stop his like keep him from bleeding and stuff. And for some reason, like, things just like started spiraling out of control, and before he knew it, he was like the target of assassins and shit like that. And it's just basically like,
Is he like, hey man, I'm just trying to live my life. Keep fucking with me.
but it's interesting because
So no, but does he like lean into it and like go in with the whole thing, or is he just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why is this happening to me?
kind of a even spread of both, because he knows the reputation that he has, so he uses it when it benefits him. But like when he's with his friends and stuff like that, he's talking about
He's like, these assassins
Yeah.
guys, fuck. Oh boy, let me tell you about the day I had. I was just going to the market.
But the thing about the King Killer Chronicles, the book, it's him telling the story to someone who wants to like basically write down his side of it.
So like Vampire Chronicles type stuff, like
Kind
the
of,
fucking
yeah.
interview of the vampire
Yeah.
style.
Where they get the actual legend's point of view and stuff like that, and comes to find out it's just all just a misunderstanding and happenstance and luck and shit that builds this legend.
So if it's 50-50 for him, why would he sit down? Then why would he dispel all the rumors?
Because at the point where it starts off, he's basically in hiding. And he doesn't want to, like, have to live that way, kind of. You know, he's waiting to die and shit like that because all this shit that's been happening to him and all these legends that are built about him, he can't live up to them. Because no matter how hard he tries, like, people always see him as this guy.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Man, that's like preaching to the choir here, man. It's like my life.
Yeah. But yeah. That's the one thing I nerd out about. Good book series and stuff like
Is it
that.
like still ongoing or is it over?
The third book was supposed to come out in March, but then it got delayed. It's supposed to be coming out in September, but we'll see. But it's just one of those things. I'm like, yeah. Like I check on the author's website like every 2 weeks just to see if there's an update and stuff like that. Like I'm.
Are you like sending angry emails?
No.
Hey man, where's your fucking book, man?
Like I'm the kind of person, like, even when it comes to video games, movies, anything, if the creator of it feels like it needs to be delayed to make it better in their eyes, take the time. You know, take the time. You're creating this for the people. Take your time. That's how I feel about anything like creative and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which sadly I think a lot more people should have.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is like movies.
Yeah.
Like we talk about at the beginning of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And they just slang them out like
Yeah.
those horror movies.
Yeah.
They're just like Paranormal Activity 7.
Yeah. It's like there's one each
Beginning.
year.
You're like, oh,
It's just like, oh my gosh.
and it's like the same movie. Mm-hmm. Like the same fucking movie.
It's just
over
a
and
different like cause for it this time. It's like, oh, I promised him this too, so he's coming to get it. It's like, oh, okay. And it's not like anything is really ever resolved.
Yeah.
You know, you go in after the first one, you're like, oh, okay. The second one, it's like, okay. Like the demon or whatever is always winning. So it's like, okay.
Well, it's just a ghost, right? It's like a fucking, just a different person haunting a different house. Like,
Yeah. Well, I
like
think
that fucking Annabelle series of the doll.
I like the first one.
But that's not the Annabelle, right? The first one was that it was supposed to be like based on a true story, right? Like the wife and husband paranormalist.
Oh yeah,
fucking couple.
Yeah.
That's the first movie, right?
Oh shit. I guess I started.
Because I remember that I saw that first movie, and then like at the end of that movie, there's like they have like a room in their house that is like full of like haunted shit, like paraphernalia that they found, and that doll is in that fucking house. Like in that room. And then the subsequent movies kind of like
Follows the doll.
yeah, like it's like that she's like the most evilest thing we've collected or whatever.
Oh, was it the exorcism of Emily something?
No, it was like the fucking haunting of something. The haunting of your life.
Yeah.
But what's your so top fucking horror movies? Let's get into those. I like fucking horror, and some of those movies, people are eating people, so that's food related. Eating to survive, cannibalism, like fucking. Oh, did you see? Fuck, I just forgot it. I just forgot the name. It's the green. When I thought about starting a podcast, I thought about where would I host it, who would listen to it, and what was the easiest way to get started doing that. And I found out that Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It was an Eli Roth fucking movie?
Green. I don't know. But
Hold on, I'm Googleizing.
Eli Roth. Horror.
Yeah, when he came on the scene, he had some good shit. The Green Inferno. Did you ever see that?
No.
That was pretty good.
But my favorite horror movie has to be oh jeez.
I'll just read you the synopsis.
Oh, okay.
Of this. It's fucking bloody as shit. Like it's pretty fucking brutal. I mean, like his movies are pretty brutal. Like I mean, when that was one of like back in the day when Hostel came out.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love that. That was
Yeah.
such a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
It was also super fucking awkward because I went and saw it with my dad. And I was a teenager when that came out, and like the first 20 minutes is just like partying and tits and fucking. It was just like, jeez. Didn't realize I was like fucking having it. Can we get to killing people? So, the Green Inferno is New York college student Justine, a lawyer's daughter, meets a student activist named Alejandro when he goes on a hunger strike on behalf of underpaid janitors. Smitten, Justine agrees to help Alejandro undertake his next project to save the Amazon. She soon learns to regret her I wouldn't have put learns, but she soon learns to regret her decision when their plane crashes in the Peruvian jungle, and she and the rest of their group are taken captive by a tribe of hungry cannibals. And it's just like, dude, it's fucking brutal. Like they put them in cages, and they're showing them like hardcore fucking ripping into them with like
nice.
fucking tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this one chick, there's a scene where she's like in the middle of all these tribal people, and they're fucking like pulling at her hair, and it's like ripping fucking out of her scalp and shit. Like, it's fucking
The Green Inferno?
yeah, it's fucking good. But that was a good one. I think it was like a good like I really like horror movies that like are not only like brutal and not just brutal for the sake of being brutal.
Yeah.
But like with a purpose and really showing like the fucking animosity that somebody has.
Yeah.
And like really delving into that like I guess psychosis or whatever that person has, and like making you like, oh shit, like it's fucking nuts, dude. You know, and it's not, and like keeps you guessing. Like it's no, like there's no like, oh here this guy's gonna fucking come, because like you know all the old horror movies are classics. You know, fucking,
Yeah.
And not even I'm not like Dracula and all those things like. But like the Freddys and the Jasons and all that stuff,
Yeah.
like they kind of, it was like they started with a solid base, and then they kind of leaned into the camp, and kind of like, well, let's just fucking, we're just gonna fucking fuck it, like. But they started out with like that great fucking like super brutal, super like inventive deaths and really unique stories, and then it just kind of like, we'll just keep killing people.
Yeah.
There's no real reason why this guy's been alive for 30 years.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, don't question it, man.
Yeah, shut up and just watch him fucking machete people. Fucking piece of shit. Eat your popcorn and shut up.
Yeah.
But so I really like those, like that's why I really like I said, like The Witch was really good, really inventive. And not even really like super horror-y.
Yeah.
But just like a really good story. And just really like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen? It keeps you guessing. Because I really hate watching a movie and being like, okay, I know what's gonna happen next, and then it happens, and you're like, ugh, fuck, And as everybody knows about me, I fucking root hard for the bad guy. I love the bad guy. Because, like I told my wife, like she gets like that. She's like, oh, why, you don't like happy endings? And I'm like, well, why? Because it's not real. And like, yes, it's a movie and it's fictional. And I think a lot of people go to like, it's an escape from reality and stuff like that. But like, I want to see like the bad guy fucking win. You know what I mean? Because if this fucking dude was in this society and doing this shit, he's winning. You know what I mean? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, like, shit's going down.
Yeah.
And, like we talked about that fucking Brightburn movie. Fucking awesome movie. And, just a good example of, like, taking something that everybody knows and just flipping it. And while you know the story, for anybody that doesn't know, Brightburn is basically like the kind of like the what if of like Superman, that whole mythos of this alien crash landing in the fucking farmland, and it's a baby and the parents raise them, but instead of like going, I'm Superman and
I'm good.
It's like there's this innate evil.
Yeah.
And I honestly, like I was saying, I wouldn't even call it evil. It's not really a spoiler thing, but it's like this kid learns of his powers, and it's now gone from being like the picked on, like little kid who's kind of shy, and not like, you know, he wasn't like super like shy or whatever, but he's just a normal kid, and going through normal like preteen shit.
Yeah.
And then to learn that you're like invincible,
Yeah.
or like could fly, or like you could fucking
strong.
have laser fucking vision,
Yeah.
you know, and then being like, fuck yeah, I could do whatever the fuck I want. And then having that kid also be picked on, and then him being like, you're not going to want to do that.
Yeah.
And like not taking no shit. Because it's like, you don't know who you're fucking with now.
Yeah.
And so that was like cool, because that's what would fucking happen. Like, I know.
Absolutely.
If you get some fucking picked on kid and he gets superpowers, he's not going to be like, well, now I'll be a champion for justice. And I'm going to right wrongs. He's going to be like, fuck you, all you assholes that picked on me.
I'm gonna throw you to the
I'm going to fucking drop kick your ass to another fucking state.
Yeah, I've always, people are always like, oh, which superhero do you want to be? I'm always like, I wouldn't be a superhero. Like, if I was Superman, I would not be fucking, saving people, shit like that. I'm a nice guy.
You'd be chaotic neutral.
Yeah, I would be. I'd be, chaotic neutral. If it doesn't have any merit or benefit for me, I don't see the point in doing it. I always tell my friends who are big Star Wars nerds, like, if I had the Force, I'd be the best Jedi. I was like, if I had the Force, I'd rob a fucking bank. You just walk in, open the vault, let me in, and go to a fucking like Lamborghini dealership. Where it's like, that car is mine. I would not be a good person. Well, I probably would to an extent, but I'd also be very selfish.
And I think most people, if they're like deep down honest with themselves,
Yeah, they would too.
like, I don't think anybody's getting a superpower and being like, well, now I'm gonna fight crime. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, okay, because like you're not really doing anything about it now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna help fight crime. Like, there's like those superhero people. There was like that one famous dude in like Seattle or something.
Oh,
Like, a
yeah.
black dude who like,
Yeah.
dude was getting fucking stabbed and
Yeah,
shit. Like,
man.
getting shot at. like, but he was out there fucking trying to stop muggings and trying to stop shit. He was like, good on you, dude. That's what you want to do. So like that guy, if he got superpowers,
He'd
would
fight for
fucking
it.
be
Yeah.
fighting crime.
Yeah.
But like your everyday average Joe is not gonna be like, their first thing is like, not working.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna get money.
I'm probably gonna like tunnel into a bank and steal everything, and then not have to fucking work anymore. So I think a good example of that in a movie is like Jumper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that type of thing. Where he's not
Absolutely.
really fucking with anybody.
Yeah.
He's not
just
causing
doing what he
trouble.
wants.
He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants. He's fucking
Absolutely.
Zoop,
That is a
fucking
great-
into a bank.
Yeah.
He's fucking zoop into a fucking thing. He's like zoop, have lunch on the fucking pyramid.
Yeah.
Zoop, fucking go surfing in the fucking thing. Zoop, fucking, he's just hanging out, living his best life,
Absolutely.
And he's not fucking with nobody, but some people be like, oh, that's an abuse of power. Oh, sorry, I kicked you. But it's like, come on, dude, you'd fucking do that.
Yeah.
You would not work.
Absolutely.
You'd fucking boop. And it wasn't like over stealing like way exorbitant
Yeah.
amounts of money. It was like enough to like live comfortably. hang out, fucking travel the world in a blink of an eye, and fucking, you know, and the fucking man is trying to take him down.
Yeah.
He wasn't bothering anybody.
It's like, so what? I took some of your money. Just print more.
Right.
Just print more.
Who was that? It was fucking, what's his name? It was Samuel L. Jackson. Just leave him alone, Samuel Jackson. God, find another jumper.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, me and my wife had that conversation, and it was like, fuck, dude, if I told her, I think I made the mistake of making it a lie, and I think that's what really got her upset, was that, not upset, but just like, what the fuck? Like, if I did have, like, abilities or whatever, then I'd be like, dude, I would just, like, whoop into a bank, fucking steal a bunch of money, and we could do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
But it came, I forget why I said, like, how it came to that of, like, I'm not telling her. But, like, that was the sticking point, was like, why wouldn't you tell me? I'm like, well, if I told you, you would be,
Against
like, you
it,
would,
yeah.
you would be against it. And I was like, yeah, so you'd lie to me? And I'm like, yeah, but it's not like,
Yeah.
you know,
like,
I'm not,
yeah,
like,
I lied to
fucking,
you for a
I'm
little
not,
bit.
like, zipping around the fucking town and, like, taking people up into the air and dropping them and, like, going on a fucking murderous rampage. I, like, stole some money so me and my family could be comfortable and travel and not have to worry about fucking bills and shit.
So I'm sorry, you want to work?
Because, yeah, it's like, if I told you, you'd be upset and
Yeah.
wouldn't let me do it. And if I don't tell you, then I'm the asshole for not fucking telling you, and I lied to you about
Yeah.
it, and then we're fucked anyways. But, yeah, I just think people would not fucking, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would go, like I said, would go on a murderous rampage, but, like...
Well, it depends on what day, maybe.
Oh, cut in front of me in line at the fucking Burger King?
I'm going to cut you.
Bitch, I'm gonna crush your car.
Yeah. I honestly don't feel like the majority of the Earth's population would use their superpowers in selfish ways.
So what's your superpower? That's always the question, right? Like, what are the... Would you rather fly or be invisible?
How much nerd do you want on this answer?
Oh, put some nerd stank on it.
Well, when it comes to flight, it depends on what kind of flight you're going for. You know, are you like Superman fly, or is it like levitation, or
Well,
is
I
it
would
just
fucking
like,
flight.
Oh, okay.
I mean, levitation, like, that's... What are you gonna... You're like, whoa, like a stiff breeze fucks you up? Like, you know, like... Oh, that's windy, I can't fucking do it. Like, I mean, you know, I mean flight. Like, you fucking fly. You just... And you can zoom up. You fucking zoom. You can fly fast, and you can fly far, and you can fly often. Like,
Nice. Oh,
maybe it makes
jeez.
you real hungry. Like, you're exerting energy. But, like, you're super, so it don't really matter.
What would my superpower be? Do you have yours already? Because I have to think about this a little bit.
I would think, like, honestly, I think for me and, like, my mind, that invisibility would be.
So
Like,
you don't have to deal with
invisibility and, like, with the caveat of being able to, like, while invisible, like, pass through shit. Like, a la, like, those fucking dudes in the Matrix. Like, those dreaded dudes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they weren't...
The ghosts
They weren't...
or
Yeah, they were
yeah.
ghosts, but, like... But, like, that kind of thing that,
Yeah.
like, while in my
people.
invisible...
And you can like phase shift through.
Yeah,
things
that I
and
could,
stuff.
like... You know...
Yeah.
Go
Oh, that's
through...
cool.
You know, so it'd be, like, invisible, and then I could, like, whoop, and, like, get into shit.
Yeah, I think mine would be teleportation, like the jumper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
'Cause-
just as good a flight.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of complications that come with that, though.
Are there though?
I mean, think of just, like, the basic, like, Nightcrawler version of teleportation, where...
Yeah.
Which I think is, like, the purest form of that, because, like, he has to know
Where
that, like,
yeah.
what's in that room.
Yeah.
Or he has to have been there or something. Because, like, if you don't know what's on the other side of that wall, what if
Yeah,
you,
that's true.
like, teleport and there's a fucking brick? And when you zip and you're, like, in it,
Yeah.
like, because, I mean, that's basically kind of like a phase.
Yeah.
You're phasing, your molecules are dissipating from the place you're at, and then
Yeah.
reassembling, you know. So, like, what if you fucking teleport and you're, like, in somebody else? There's a look on his face
I
right
just
now
saw
that
something.
they're like, he either
Did
shit
you watch,
himself or he fucking...
Did you ever watch Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Zach Morris's Timeout.
Oh. Yeah. That's...
Nobody knows it's you.
You can do whatever you
You can
want.
do whatever you want. all you have to say is time out.
Again, caveats. Okay. So I think of the Zach Morris timeout like he's like boop, breaking the fourth wall. Talking. He's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
So in that time, like, is it that whole thing of like, you know, it's like the fucking Flash or like what is that guy, Silver Streak or whatever? Who's
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Like they're moving so fast, you can't see them. But like, remember, like in the did you ever watch the fucking Superman Justice League?
No.
Oh, okay. There's a scene where like the Flash is like, and he's like going, and when it's like his perspective, everything around him is moving really slow, and he's kind of moving normal. And in that, like Superman has like Batman and Wonder Woman or something, or he's holding two people.
Yeah.
And the Flash is like coming around, and he's like trying to get behind him, and Superman is doing this. He's like. And he starts slowly moving his head to look at him, and he's like, "Holy shit, he can see me!" You know, like that kind of thing of like, "Oh fuck, I'm fucked." Like, so do you think like is time stopping when you stop time for everybody else, or is it a complete blank for them?
Well, yeah, because in Saved by the Bell it is. Because there are the one instance that popped into my mind when I thought of timeout was when AC Slater punched the principal. I forget his name.
Mr. Belding.
Yeah, but he was gonna punch Zach, but Zach was like timeout, and then he stopped it, turned him towards the principal, and then time in and bah.
But what's his name wasn't like, what the fuck? I don't remember that episode.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying, like, was AC Slater like, what the fuck? I was about to punch Zach, and I just punched Mr. Belding. Because
I don't remember that far in.
So that if that's what happened, then he's remembering that he was punching Zach. But he's not seeing the movement of being turned towards Mr. Belding. Right? So if that's what's happening, then I think it's feasible. But if you're timing out and you're just like frozen, but like, and you're moving about, and people are like, I see him moving, but I can't move.
Yeah.
What's going on? Like I think that's kind of like the details you gotta hash out on that one.
Oh.
It's like that whole genie wish thing. You gotta be real fucking specific
Yeah.
about. Like, does that mean time out? Fucking whatever. That'd be cool.
Why you gotta destroy everything I love, man?
Welcome to my world. I am the destroyer.
Hey man, devil's advocate. Dude. I like playing that. Like,
yeah.
I honestly really don't give a fuck. You can time out if you want, man. I don't give a shit. I just think of you gotta think of those things. Like, okay, so what? Because like that's like if you teleport, how can you teleport to somewhere you've never been? Like you don't know what's over there.
Yeah.
Unless your teleportation is based on like is almost like a wish-based thing, and like there's some greater force that's allowing you to teleport that knows it's like omnipotent and omniscient. That's just like you're like Paris, France, and it's like whoomp, and like what? You're like impaled on the fucking Eiffel Tower. You're like, it's like that type of shit. Like where are you coming? Like where are you gonna be? You're like. Paris, France, and you're in the middle of the fucking river. You're like, whoa, 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 like fucking drowning and shit. Like, that brings about some fucking serious. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you?
Man, now I don't want those powers anymore. God damn.
Well, no, you can have the power, but you gotta be specific.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Would the Force be considered a superpower? Even though in the prequels they said it's just bacteria inside your bloodstream.
It's a really fucking weird case of the herpes. It's a really fucking... So, my son, it's gonorrhea. It's not...
But don't worry, you have the Force now.
You have the Force, and also you're going to have to put an ointment on that. You're going to have a little itching and burning.
Oh, man.
Well, so, I mean... As far as I know, like you said, like it's they explained it in the movies as it's like the midichlorians or whatever. Like that's people that can use the Force. Like everybody has it, but Jedi's have a lot more, and like Sith or have a lot more, so they can use those powers. So I think in that world, What was the other thing? The force. This is not really a
Midichlorian.
superpower.
Yeah.
It's more of like
Bacteria.
this guy's better at math than you.
Oh.
Because he's, you know,
Yeah, I
he's
guess
Asian.
so,
No,
right? Hey, I've worked long and hard to break that
I
stereotype.
fucking hate those positive cliches. I'm like good at math with my tiny dick. That is a fucked up trade-off, but
Yeah.
Black guy's like, fuck it, I'll be bad at math.
That's why they call it big dick energy.
Big dick.
Whoa.
I mean,
That's just confidence.
Yeah. I mean, of course. Yeah. If you have
I
a
mean,
big
just
dick,
love the dick you got, man.
Yeah.
And you'll have big dick confidence.
That's what you're gonna have.
You know what I mean?
I came to terms with that a while ago, and you know, I'm perfectly fine.
Overshare. Don't get all dick nerd on me, God.
Yeah.
But so superpower. I think if you ask the Force, like that would be like in the superpower form of the Force would just be like you could like move shit with your mind and you could make people
Mind trick.
fucking do whatever.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's good.
You get away with every crime.
Yeah. See, but I think my invisibility is the answer for everything.
Yeah.
I can shoot back answers for all that shit. You want to fly somewhere? Fuck it. Go invisible. First class, bitch. Sitting in the cockpit. Oh, man. You know what I mean? You need money? Zoop. Invisible. Walk into a bank.
Damn.
Or even go, steal something from some insured place. Like, go to a fucking gambling establishment and steal fucking money. Because I think invisible, that's just fucking... I think that also, like, makes it, like, everybody's, like, that secret fucking voyeur.
Yeah.
You know? And so you could be like, go invisible, go visit some people, fuck with them, knock over their candles.
Make them think paranormal activity is
paranormal activity, woo! Put on a fucking sheet and then, like, pull it off and there's nothing there, like, fuck!
Oh, man. Yeah, I think yeah. You know what? You've changed my mind.
Because I think invisibility, I mean, you know, like,
that's
you
everything.
can't name one thing that invisibility can't conquer. I defy you. I defy you? No, I dare
Even if
you.
you get
I dare
arrested,
you.
even if you get arrested, you get let out into the yard. You go invisible. You can
Walk right out.
Walk right out.
I mean, you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Invisibility does take, like, some planning.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think, you know, but, like, if that's why I put the caveat of, like, I don't even know if I'm using caveat right, but that's why I put that, like, stipulation that, like, to phase through shit. That, like, kind of helps out with, like, I'd have to be invisible. Like, you can't just, like, walk through walls.
Yeah.
You have to be invisible doing it, and you have to stay invisible while walking through said wall or whatever. And also, the walking through walls is my choice. So I'm not, like, walking on the street and, like, oh, invisible, and I fall through into the fucking sewers. Because I think that's fucking, that would fuck you up. Invisible! You freak out and stop halfway, you're, like, stuck in the fucking street. Because, like, that's, you know, I mean, while you're invisible, like, who's going to catch you? You're not on any video. Mm-hmm. So even if you, like, I mean, I guess if you left fingerprints and they, like, came to your house and you just, like, look through the peephole and some fucking cops, you're like, invisible, whoop.
But would it be invisible because, like, you're just not... Oh, jeez, where was I going with this?
Like how you, what is it? Is it like I'm reflecting light?
Yeah.
Reflecting?
Yeah.
Affleck! No. The reflecting
Basically,
light?
yeah,
No,
the
so
reflection of light.
that's the other thing I was thinking. So it's, in my version of invisibility, it's like not so much the expansion, but like the dissipation of your molecules.
Oh, okay.
So that's allowing you to phase through shit. And
I
because
see.
those molecules are now not
Yeah.
formed into a human form, you can't see
You
them.
can't see them.
Because like those molecules are invisible to the naked eye. So it's almost as if you're like dispersing into a cloud
Yeah.
of invisibility, and you can move through shit, and then and you're back into.
Yeah.
But I guess a strong breeze could fuck you up there too. That's that levitation. Like, invisible. Ah! Where'd my arm go? Where's my molecules?
Oh man, oh, that's a pretty solid one though. Invisibility.
Because I always think like people like flight. Okay, well, what do you do with flight? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's cool. You want to fly somewhere, but flying ain't gonna like.
Yeah. How often would you use it? And if you're like the only jackass who's flying around,
like, oh, there goes that fucking
there
idiot.
goes that fucker. You guaranteed somebody's gonna want to like fucking kill you.
And if you stealing shit,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, good luck flying out of a vault. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta swoop through a fucking door.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to, because you're just flying. That doesn't mean you're fast.
Yeah.
On the ground. That doesn't mean you're strong. You just can fly.
Yeah.
So, like, you're gonna run into a bank at your normal fucking half-ass speed, like, try to yak up some heavy-ass bags of money, and, like, shoo, and take off into the air. That's why I was, like, flying. People are like, I want to fly. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, that's just, I think that's, like, a pure kid thing.
Yeah.
I think, like, a lot of, like, kids will be like, I want to fly. Because it's just so, like, freedom.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you gotta survive, motherfucker. You gotta be able to take that money. I guess you could, like, get a job.
Yeah.
Flying. Or being like a circus act.
Oh.
Of like, woo, I fly.
Yeah.
And like go through hoops and shit. Like a flaming hoop.
I'm not Dumbo.
You got a little feather in your nose. Get your big flappy ears.
Yeah, man. Oh. Yeah, I think you got it, man. That invisibility with the invisibility with the ability.
I've swayed
to
you.
phase.
I don't like invisibility. No, I'm kidding.
Well, fuck.
Another dupe. Catfish. So what's your favorite superhero movie?
Superhero movie? I really like the new Spider-Mans.
Yeah,
Homecoming.
the Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I think he's a good Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I haven't seen. Everybody's saying that new one's pretty fucking good. That Far From Home.
I still haven't seen that one yet.
We went and saw Toy Story 4, and there was a bunch of people going. It's because I think it was the same.
Same release weekend?
Wait, was it July 4th weekend that they came out?
I think so.
So yeah, that was
yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. That's still July 4th. But yeah, there was a lot of people were like, dude, Far From Home was so good. Oh my god. I do like him. To be fair though, I did like what's his name too. The
Andrew
one
Garfield?
Yeah, I thought he was a good Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think the dialogue and the shit like that could have
Yeah,
used
but
a little work.
that's not his
And
fault.
Emma Stone could have used a lot more screen time.
Yeah, hello, don't kill off the fucking hot Emma Stone right away, Jesus.
I wanted her to be Spider-Gwen,
Ooh.
not Dead Gwen. Spoiler, sorry, if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
Film's been out
fuck,
for like,
I've got to delete it. No.
film's been out for how long already? It's
Yeah.
your fault.
Yeah, that's your fucking bad, dude. Who gives a shit? You haven't seen those movies? Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I've been meaning to see that. My nephew wants to see it with me, so.
Yeah,
I
my
haven't
kids
watched
kids wanted to watch it, so we did the old red box.
Nice.
And of course, like the next week it was on Netflix. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck! I wasted $1.50.
And I had to return it.
God damn it! But I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It fucking won it won like best animated picture and shit at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, it was really good. Like good fucking dialogue. Like it was like it was. I don't want to say you're like, oh, it wasn't. I was like, it kind of was like I wasn't even watching an animated movie. Like it's like it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Like I could say that without being like, oh, it was a good animated movie.
Yeah.
But it was a good movie, which I don't know if they could have done that live action and it would have been as good. But like the voice acting was really solid and like it was really cool the way they fucking put it together and it was like the visuals were all there and it was a cool storyline and it was a neat fucking like for having no like knowledge of like the whole Spider-Man
lore and
Spider-Verse,
stuff.
all that shit. Like
Who Miles is and shit.
yeah, they did a good job of like giving you all that information without like ugh.
Without it being like a history class.
Yeah, without it being like, oh god, here we go again. Because there was a lot of like flashbacky things.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple Spider-Mans. There's Miles as a Spider-Man. Spider-Gwen's in it. They got fucking Spider-Pig pig, Peter Porker,
Peter
who was
Porker.
fucking hilarious. It was fucking what's his name? The comedian. Shit, I just fucking forgot his name. But John Mulaney.
Oh,
It
okay.
was fucking hilarious. It's fucking, there's a scene where he fucking goes to shake his hand, and he's like, his hand is like soaking wet, and he's just like, don't ask, don't worry about that. It's just wet. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Why is his hand wet? Like, it was just like, and there was also like this like Japanese girl with like which I thought was a cool fucking idea. So her spider thing was, she like the spider itself
Yeah.
was in a robot.
Okay.
So like instead of her having been bitten by a spider like every other of the spider people, it was like her dad built this robot that this spider like allows this spider to be a thinking and moving like thing. It's like this robot, and she's like, "Oh, kawaii," you know, like riding on its back and shit. It's like this big fucking robot, but inside is the little spider. But and she can get into the fucking like she can also get into the robot and like control it. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
But fucking coolest surprise was, do you know the fucking noir Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Motherfucking Nicolas Cage was the voice of the fucking noir Spider-Man. And it was like perfect. Like, it's so fucking good. It's just like that Nicolas Cage like brooding voice.
Yeah.
And he's like black and white and noir. It was pretty fucking funny because I didn't know anything about the movie going into it. Like I didn't like know the story. I didn't know anything, and so they all like show up, and it's like, oh shit, it's fucking, because it's clearly like it's not like whose voice is that?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's fucking Nicolas Cage, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking it's pretty good, and it's like it's funny, and it's like there's like emotion, and it's like so yeah, like it's just a good movie. Like I think it's a solid fucking flick. They did a really good job.
Would you say it's your favorite superhero movie?
I don't know, man. Like, I like superhero movies. I like watching this shit. Like, I like Avengers. It's good fucking fun. And, like, I don't know if I have a favorite, like, superhero movie. I mean, maybe Howard the Duck. That was pretty fucking good. I fucking love that movie. I mean, he's not really a superhero, but, hey, man, he was in fucking Endgame. So, you never know. They might do a fucking Howard the Duck. But I fucking loved that movie when I was younger, dude. I fucking watched the shit out of Howard the Duck, dude. It was fucking corny as shit. I'm not saying it was like a well-made movie, but dude, I love that fucking midget in a duck suit, baby. I know that's not PC, but nobody gives a shit. You know?
Oh man.
How long has it been since you see fucking Howard the Duck? Do you remember all that shit? Like, dude, fucking what? I loved fucking, what's his name of that movie? It was great, dude. Fucking Rudy. Fucking, oh my god, it's like, I want a duck. Like, his fucking shit, his fucking tongue. Like, I loved all the practical effects and shit. Like, it was so good.
That's one thing I miss a lot in movies: practical effects.
Fuck yeah. I love all that shit. Like, CGI is cool, but it's like, you can still tell it's CGI, and it's just not as like.
There's something just more visceral about practical effects, especially in like a gore movie.
For sure. Like gore, I love it being fucking practical effects, dude. Like that's why I love those old like The Thing, like fucking
Evil Dead and
Evil
shit like
Dead.
that.
You know what? Oh shit! I just got a fucking
sorry,
a fucking throat. A fucking throat just seized up on me. Holy shit! It's got dry as shit. But like I said, I watched that fucking Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I started watching it a while ago. I watched like the first episode, and I was like, because I was fucking die hard into that shit. Like I loved Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Loved Evil Dead 2, which is basically Evil Dead again with a bigger budget, and went into the fucking opening weekend for fucking Army of Darkness.
Oh shit!
Like saw that motherfucker in the movie theaters, dude. Like I fucking love that movie. Bruce Campbell is
the shit.
The motherfucking man. So it was a little like I had all that like fucking love and like, ooh, okay, fucking Ash is back, you know. And it was in the beginning he came off. It was like too much, you know.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to like. I was just like, oh, they're really like vamping him up, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's really like super Ash, you know. And it was just like all that fucking machismo and that fucking shit. It was like overboard a little bit, and I was just like, it's too much. You know, because like those Evil Dead movies and Army of Darkness, he started like really pushing that fucking, you know, that badass fucking overconfidence, misplaced fucking, you know, like, why are you so confident? Like, but it worked, you know, like he made it work, and this one was more like it seemed forced when I was watching it, you know, and so I was like, I can't watch it, you know, and because it's like ruining like my love of it, you know, like I'm not seeing it the same way I did when I was younger. But then went back and rewatched it, watched all the seasons, and it kind of made sense to me. I think I kind of wrapped my head more around it because he's not like, now he's older. And it's like, well, what's the logical arc of this dude in that realm of him being this misplaced overconfidence? Yeah. And still like, but still having that like fucking swag that people are like, you're a fucking idiot, but fuck it, you know, like, all right, you know. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so now it's like, you know, fucking 20, 30 years later. Yeah. And so it's like, you know, and it's been unchecked. And so it's kind of like the logical thing that he would just be more of, you know, just be a bigger, you know, because it's kind of like an old racist. You know what I mean? Like it's just like they're fucking. He's just, never not gonna be like not racist, you know? Like, He's just festering and fucking becoming like more and more. But so I kind of got into it, but they have a lot of. It's a good mix of practical and CGI. It's like super fucking bloody. Like it's like every fucking 15 minutes is like fucking spraying in the face. You know, like when he cuts his hand off in the fucking OG one. Yeah. And in Evil Dead 2. And it's just like, as soon as the saw hits his fucking wrist, it's like, squirt. Yeah. It's like, there's like, every time he fucking uses that chainsaw, it's like.
It's like that.
It's just like, he's fucking soaked. But it's good. Like, the stories were okay. Yeah. Like, it was, you know, but it was good. Like, the one actor, the fucking Pablo character, I think he did a pretty good job doing that shit. Like, there's just some stuff that was like, I will never like that as much as I like Evil Dead. There's no way. Yeah. It's a cool, like, okay, let's see where they are now type of thing, but it was just like, it did not hold the same fucking like sway as like, I'll fucking watch Evil Dead right now and be like, it'll just fuck yeah. It'll be just as fucking good as it was when I watched it the first time. It's campy and it's fucking terrible as the claymation fucking shit. Like, I fucking love that shit, dude.
I think that's part of the charm of it, though. You know?
But that's kind of another. That was another one of those. In those three movies that they like. Okay, it was like a serious attempt. You know, like, this is my fucking. You know, fucking Raimi was like, this is what I want to shoot. This is how it's going to be. We did a low budget. And maybe not the best actors. Yeah. You know? Like, but it was like. You just fucking love it, you know. You like those characters, just fucking like you just like I fucking love this guy, dude. Fucking Bruce Campbell, dude. It's just like he has that fucking charisma, dude. You know. But they kind of leaned into that camp, you know, with especially like with fucking Army of Darkness. Oh, yeah. You know, like that was just like you know. But that was what was so great. It was like it was campy, but in like. Just a fucking great way, dude. Like Three Stooges type shit, you know? You're just like, okay. Which doesn't work in all his other movies. Yeah. You know, like, it did not work in Spider-Man. With his fucking, that stupid spider dance. Yeah. He's fucking bad spider. And it did not work in Drag Me to Hell. Did you see Drag Me to Hell?
No.
That was okay. But, like, I think that was a good movie. But it was like... There was a lot of Evil Dead in it. You know what I mean? Like the shooting style, his fucking like. I think he, as a director, like that's his style, and so he shot it that way. There's a lot of like, and like fast panning and like zoom in and like, and like wind in the face, fucking people popping out. You know, and like people changing into demons, like whip snap. You know, it was very Evil Dead like
Yeah.
in that aspect, and I think it came across more slapsticky than it was meant to be. You know,
Yeah.
like, but it was almost like this is what he like. I have no idea. This is just my opinion. You know what I mean? So like, I have no idea what the fuck was going through his mind when he fucking made the movie. But watching it and loving Evil Dead and all that stuff, it was like he only knows that one thing, and like it was like, oh, I'm gonna make a serious horror movie.
Yeah. It's like it worked before. Why won't it work now?
Yeah, and it was like, but it was like kind of slapsticky, and it was
Yeah.
kind of fucking thing, and it was a lot of like gross out fucking people getting vomited in the face kind of shit and stuff like that, and it was like, I think it was like it needed to lean one way or the other, and it was like it was trying to be two different things,
yeah.
and so it didn't really like gel for me. But I think it was still good because like it was one of those like happy ending, kind of ones. So I was like, oh, cool, fuck yeah, that's sweet.
Okay.
And it just like ends, and you're like, oh shit, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, man. Drag me to hell.
I mean, it's a good watch.
Yeah.
It's like fucking A. You know, why not? Watch a movie. You don't sleep. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. I've actually been getting sleep a little more often.
Oh.
I don't know what's different, but like it's still not like a lot of sleep. But before I'd go like maybe two days without sleep. Where now, for the past week or so, I've only gone like maybe one night without sleep. And then
Your like stress levels different. You're like
I'm not sure what it is.
doing anything like more comfortable.
I don't know. I think
Just can't fucking hang in your old age.
I guess so. I'm just getting old, man. Can't hang anymore.
Fuck you, insomnia. I'm getting older. No, I'll sleep.
I'm gonna sleep for days. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really been as stressed as I was before. So that
Have you been writing more?
Yeah,
You think maybe like
getting that creative out,
getting
like,
that part
outlet.
of your like active brain,
maybe
like, out?
could possibly be.
and you're
that.
not like up thinking.
Yeah, could possibly be that. That's a good. Yeah, I didn't think of that. So yeah, 'cause I've been on that writing kick.
Welcome to the psychiatric part. Call in, listeners, with your problems, and we'll totally heal you, bro. No daddy issues.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot more sleep. It's still like the same like 2-hour chunk or 3-hour
Yeah.
chunk that I'm used to every 2 days or so. But it's been like every other day I'll be finding myself able to fall asleep. Like that other day when I fell asleep in my car. Yeah, I just felt like, oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep. It was a bad idea.
Bad idea.
Real bad
You
idea.
never want to nap before work. That is not a good.
I felt like death.
That is those power naps that just do not have any power in them.
Even when I walked over here, I had already been like walking around for like half an hour, trying to like wake up.
Where am I?
Like I thought, I was like, yeah, I'm totally cool. I'm totally cool with it. The first thing you say, you look like shit.
Yeah, you were like, you looked like, fuck, dude. You looked like fucking poorly microwaved rice. Like, you're like, that shit was like, your eyes were like 2 different levels of open. Like, you just had like this like pale complexion. It was just like, are you sick?
Well, it's good to know that when I think I look good, I look like shit.
Hey, girl. You better go get your hair done.
Yeah, that was a good point. Could be create that outlet, just activating or actuating that.
Fuck,
part of the
man.
brain.
I know when like I don't sleep a lot. I'm not as bad as you, but I just like it. I just don't go to sleep, and if there's like shit on my mind, or if I'm like there's shit happening or shit like that, like that's just
constantly mull on it.
like that's why I like watch movies, because it's like
You have to pay attention.
it's like yeah, I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm watching a movie, and that's why like I need movies to like be fucking like because I'll start drifting. I'll just be like, this movie fucking sucks. My life sucks. Fuck. But yeah, like it's just like because I just know I need to be, and then I also like do it just because like I need to fucking be like dead, tired to fall asleep. Like it's, I need like in those times I stay up and I don't sleep. And I'm just like fuck, holy shit, it's 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm not tired. And then the middle of the day I'll be like, here it comes. There it is. Oh boy. But then I gotta like try to stay up, or I can't nap because then you're like you fall asleep at like 2 in the afternoon. And you're like, oh, it's 6. What the fuck happened? Oh my god, my life is shit.
Have you ever like had trouble staying up though, like while you're at work or anything like that? Oh man.
No. Yeah, when I'm like, if I'm like tired of shit and I'm working, like it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I might feel like shit, and just be like, I'll be more like maybe like agitated, and like quicker to be like, what the fuck, like that kind of shit. But I won't be like, what? What the fuck happened? Like I won't be like standing in one place too long and like drifting off. Like that doesn't. Like for me to like fall asleep, I have to be like laying down or sitting down, or like I will never like. I slept in the shower once, a couple times actually, like leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
With the warm water on you.
That just feels good. That's why.
And then you're just like, oh shit, I was sleeping. Fell asleep in the toilet a couple times.
I've done that too.
That's
It's not fun.
no. That really fucking it's really painful. Your
Everything
legs are
waist
just
down
like,
is just
oh my god. Oh fuck.
And then your back hurts because your ass has been like kind of like sunken into
I always
that
feel like
little bowl.
you know what fucking freaks me out about that? I feel like I'm gonna like prolapse my asshole. Like I feel like that like all my weight is like on the outer part of my ass.
Yeah.
And that like my internal weight is just all resting on my butthole. And then like it's just gonna like whoa, and like my fucking guts are gonna fill the fucking toilet bowl. And it's just gonna be like, oh my god, call the fucking paramedics. I gotta stuff my internal organs back into my asshole.
Well, the reason that I asked that is because like there have been a couple times where my insomnia has, been not detrimental, but has affected like my work performance or something else. I fell asleep during my SAT,
Oh shit.
and I woke up with like 30 minutes left. And you know how it's just like Scantron, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, oh fuck me.
BAC. Just make a cool zigzag pattern.
Yeah, no, that was just horrible. I took it again just
Wow.
because I was like, yeah, fuck that. That's
Fuck.
that's bullshit. And there was one time I'd gone almost 5 days without sleeping,
Fuck.
and I was at work, and I was just at
I mean, that's like, fuck, dude. That's
Yeah.
like physical
Yeah.
harm to your body right there at that point.
and I was just I was standing up, I was prepping, and I was just falling asleep. And I remember putting down my knife, and then the next thing I know, like I'm being woken up by my chef.
Oh, fuck.
Like I'm standing there, like hands on the bench and stuff like that, just perfectly standing still, just like. And he comes over and he wakes me up. I'm like,
Huh?
what the fuck? He's like, dude, are you right? Like you're sleeping. I'm like,
No, you're sleeping.
like that's what frightens me about having this chronic insomnia.
Like, this is all a dream right now?
yeah, or
We
not.
don't actually have a podcast. So that
Oh man.
you've actually just been awake for 6 days.
Oh man. Do I still have
Oh,
a job?
we got a Twitter. It's real.
But yeah, that's what frightens me about it, and I know my girlfriend worries about it too.
I mean, fuck, that happens while you're driving. Shit.
Yeah,
That's not cool.
that's what I'm worried about. Like one day I'm gonna be driving, and that sleep is just gonna hit me, and I'm just gonna fucking knock out.
Have you ever has the thought of self-harm to keep yourself awake ever entered your mind?
No.
Curious.
Yeah.
No reason.
Oh.
No, I'm not like, because I do it.
Like I'll like tap my face a little bit, but I'm not like gonna like.
Carry a safety pin and
Yeah.
fucking stab
just-
yourself.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking like super hard. I'm just like, poke, a little pokey every now and again.
Pull out a pube.
I'm alive. There it is. Oh, baby, there it is. Yeah, but then that's a slippery slope, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because then all of a sudden it's 2 pubes, and then it's a clump of pubes.
Oh gosh.
And then you're like,
Then you're just scalping
full on-
yourself.
then you're gonna fucking like, then you're just like crushing a testicle. And you're
no.
like, then it's too much, and then
no.
you start to enjoy it.
No.
But you're sleeping real good.
Yeah. Hey, man. Whatever helps.
Yo, man, ever since genital torture, I've slept like a fucking baby.
So, hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. It does, motherfucker.
Yeah,
It
literally.
does.
It literally helps me sleep at night.
Yeah. I've been dealing with that for a while. You just kind of acclimate, get used to it.
Yeah.
Know when when it's not good for you to be doing certain things and stuff like that. But, yeah. Like everything else, there's a learning curve to it.
You gotta know your body, man.
Mm-hmm.
Your body, your choice. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the government doesn't start banning insomniacs.
Oh, man. Well, you never know, man. You never know.
But what I do know is that this is probably the end of this podcast.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of killed it right there, huh?
No, I mean, I think it just was petering out.
Yeah.
We got way off topic, which usually happens.
Well, it kind
But,
of came full circle again with the Evil Dead, talking about Evil Dead. and
Yeah,
stuff
movies.
Like that.
Movies and things. Hope you enjoy this week's episode. Give it a listen.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Twitter.
Yeah, shout out to Twitter. We had a Twitter fucking avalanche this week because, you know what, just started fucking, you know what, support the community of podcasting.
Yeah.
And because it's just a bunch of people trying to fucking talk about what they want to talk about.
Yeah.
So started following all the fellow podcasters, pod people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Hashtag pod people. And got some fucking super Twitter love following back. It's at mouthfulsm on Twitter. You could follow and you could message and you could fucking interact. Who knows if we'll interact back? You never know.
Maybe give us a topic that you want to hear us talk
Yeah,
about.
that
or
could be cool.
something.
Yeah, you could do voting shit on Twitter now.
Oh, really?
Which I don't know. I'm fucking new to Twitter. I don't fucking know. Yo, but there's like a button at the bottom of the thing where you can it's like a poll button.
Oh, shit.
And then you could fill in what you want and people can actually hey man, what's the next, what do you think about fucking tofu versus veggie dogs? And then they can click on yes or no or whatever they want and it'll show you like a percentage.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tofu, by the way.
Yeah, veggie dogs are gross. It's like fucking sentient Play-Doh.
Yeah, gross.
That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Sentient Play-Doh. But yeah, so you can follow us on Twitter. You can catch us on Anchor.fm, Spotify. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.